Hello everyone, coming to you live from the Empire of the Sun. It's so beautiful here. So there's this cool shrine that when you hold your Google Translate up to this sign over here, it reads, "This is a shrine to marijuana," which is very funny because marijuana is illegal in Japan. So, sorry to disappoint you, Jared, but marijuana is illegal here, but there's still a shrine for marijuana. So, I want to start off this vlog by talking about a Buddhist parable that I heard recently. That's like a total "that's me" moment. So here's how the parable goes. You got a hunter in the woods with a bow and arrow when suddenly he gets struck in the chest with an arrow. Where did the arrow come from? I don't know. Maybe he's got enemies of some kind and people are trying to assassinate him. The point is, arrow strikes him, barely misses his heart. It's something totally outside his control. It's just something that happens, I guess, when you're wanted by ninjas. You know, they sneak attack you. It's just something that happens in life. So, he gets struck by the arrow, and instead of doing the logical thing, which would be to seek medical assistance and get the arrow removed and get all better, he just falls to the ground and just sits there and becomes paralyzed with what if situations that just come flooding into his head. Like, oh no, what if my family goes hungry because I can't provide for them anymore because I died from this arrow? Or what if the arrow was poisoned? Or what if there's some shadowy organization that's out to get me? Or just so many what if situations go through his head, and he becomes so frustrated with his current situation that he inadvertently takes the arrow that he's holding and stabs his foot with it out of anger. And it's like, oh great, now you got two arrows in you, man. You got one in your chest and one in your foot. And so the parable is all about how our thoughts are what really cause us to suffer. It's like, if that guy just had remained calm and sought medical help, then he probably could have been just fine. But instead, he's got two arrows in him, and he's much more likely to die now because he's bleeding out from two spots. And so to relate that to me, this morning I was cooking breakfast and then suddenly the power went out. I didn't know what to do. I ate my half-baked eggs, half raw, half cooked, which probably wasn't the greatest idea in the world. I'm sure my surgeon father would be very disappointed in me. I already told him about it. I'm sure he is. But anyway, I became so paralyzed with what if situations. Like, oh man, what if I gotta live with cold water now because there's no power to heat it? Or what if I gotta live with a computer that I can't charge, or I can't access the internet, or like I can't make warm food anymore. I'll have to eat out all the time. And why did this happen to me? Maybe I got confused on something, didn't know how to read a certain Japanese letter, so I just thought it was nothing and threw it away, and when in reality it had something to do with my power bills, and it just got shut off, and I didn't know how to get it back up and running again. And I just literally just laid in bed with all these what if situations, going through my phone, trying to figure out how to fix the situation. Open up the app that I use to unlock my door, see if there's like, could ask for maintenance, but it's all in Japanese, so I'm like taking screenshots and then importing it into Google Translate, doing this with so many different things. Finally, I find something that's about maintenance, but then I go through it and it's like, what's your name in kanji? And then what's your name in katakana? And I'm like, katakana I can tell you, but it's like, I don't have a kanji name. I don't have something like Moon Smellinich or whatever as a kanji name. I don't have that. So yeah, one thing led to another. I didn't know what to do. Finally got on a call with my parents and they helped me to calm me down, and turns out all I had to do was flip a switch and I had my power back. I didn't have to worry about living life without power. So yeah, that was so me, and that's just, if I had just been proactive and tried to figure out the situation, I would have been totally fine. I probably would have made it to church instead of just overloading myself with so many thoughts, which is what I do as a person with attention deficit disorder. Man, I just in general, whenever I'm going out and I'm seeing all these Japanese symbols I don't understand and I'm trying to learn it, but I still don't get it. It's like, this is supposed to be a pig, but it's like, it doesn't look like a pig. Anyway, so like, yeah, I just get so overstimulated that I stop thinking, I stop eating, I stop literally doing anything. I just get so paralyzed instead of just learning to calm my mind and learn to that Buddhist practice of being total Zen, and just emptying my mind of all thoughts and just simply doing what needs to be done, It's just such a terrible problem I have. But other times I run through what if situations in my head, and then I get a different result altogether, and sometimes it just makes me panic even more, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I feel like I'm on like borrowed time over here. Like, I need to confess that there are so many times when I'm giving a lesson to students and my mind gets flooded with one cuss word after another. I'm saying F-bombs, I'm saying D's, I'm just saying every English cuss word there is just running through my head. And the poor teachers are like, I don't speak English, so I don't know how to help this poor gaijin, this poor foreigner, this poor American. And, they do their best. One guy pulled out Google Translate to tell me about how a lot of his students have a hard time concentrating. And I'm like, yeah, you're preaching to the choir, man. Me too. I don't know how to concentrate either. Watashimo, man. Me too. But, I feel like I'm just one step away from messing up so badly that I just get sent home. And I don't know what to do, just all these what if situations going through my head. Sometimes I think it goes pretty well, and other times I'm like, oh man, this is just gonna be an epic failure. I don't know what to do. So the big thing that happened this week was I had to give a presentation to junior high school students on like what to expect. So like the teacher asked me to like talk about the places I've been. So I was like, oh, okay. And I started asking my family to send me images from Mexico and Greece and all China and all these other trips that we took. And I just overloaded the presentation with photos and stuff that it just took up way too much time, and the students were just so totally confused, and it just we weren't able to make time for the students to actually practice the language. We only had like 5 minutes to let them practice the language. It's just like, man, that was so terrible. I need to pull myself back and stop overthinking things and just, let things happen. And another interesting piece of wisdom that I gained is about creativity. First thoughts are never the best thoughts. That's true, but you also need to sit down and really just crank things out. First thoughts are never the best thoughts, and it's like, I heard the analogy that it's like a grocery store where they put the bad fruit on top and the good fruit at the bottom, and you need to really move past all these first thought ideas that could seem good at first and really just reach down into the bottom of the barrel and get the good apples. But it has to be done with a calm mind, and it has to be done with a hopeful heart, and just kind of hoping that things turn out well in the end, and not overstimulating yourself with so many what-if situations. I need to meditate more. I feel like I haven't been meditating enough, I need to go to the Buddhist temple nearby and just have a good meditation, just try to clear my mind, stop thinking so much, because that is just the biggest problem in my life, is overthinking everything. But, most of my other classes, they do all right, I guess. I always love playing jonkin with the students, which is Japanese for rock, paper, scissors, I guess. They call it jonkin. I'm not sure where the term comes from, but yeah, they call it jonkin. And sometimes I really struggle to figure out what kind of stuff the kids are into. I keep thinking they must know this because it's a great anime and I really like it, but I don't know how many kids know about stuff like Cowboy Bebop or super old anime like Astro Boy. I've never even seen an Astro Boy series. Wait, no, I did see one called Pluto that actually is a very recent one. But anyways, I don't know, I thought they might know Akira Kurosawa, which is he's the most famous Japanese director. Really, he's the best. He's directed so many great samurai movies. Thought they have to know him, but I gotta remember I'm talking to kids. This is like asking Americans if they know who Alfred Hitchcock is. Guess not very many people do, even though Hitchcock's also one of the greats. So that's me, just still trying to figure out what kids are into, what they're not into, trying to figure out how to not be so overstimulated and overthinking everything, and just letting things happen, I mean, the Japanese people are so nice, when you really give them a chance. Just the other day, I went out and bought a thumb drive, and as I was walking, it dropped, and this lady was like, oh, and picked it up and handed it to me, and I was like, oh, wow, thank you very much. And it's like, well, you don't get that in America. They really put emphasis on being polite and being respectful over here. It's pretty cool, and I don't know if any of you saw the video I uploaded of the street performer guy. That was pretty cool, and just kind of standing there listening to him play, just kind of a chill dude. Plays music. I gave him 1,000 yen because I'm a nice guy, That was just kind of a pleasant little walk in downtown Hamamatsu. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, that's me. Here's hoping this next week I really try to make time for meditation, pray to God, meditate like a real Buddha, read my scriptures and all that. visit the Buddhist temple more often. Just kind of get my mind to clear up, and hopefully this next week will go a lot smoother. Yeah, this was, going on 15 minutes here. This is a pretty long one. So, all of you, from all my friends and family back home, what's up with you? Tell me about it in the comments section below. And John,